If a man feels like he has to win every argument, he is already losing. I'm not your pastor, and I have made this mistake more times than I care to admit, and I'm sure I'll be stupid enough to do it again. But if we can only remember this scripture and practice it, be quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to anger. And I'm not talking about the kind of anger that just raises its voice. I'm talking about always having to be right, defending your feelings and your point of view, always having to have the last word. A lot of times, even with small stuff that doesn't even matter, we can still turn it into a fight just because we want to be right. But we aren't winning anything by turning our marriage into a competition. We can tell ourselves that we're standing on principle. We can believe that it's about correcting something before it gets worse. We can frame it like it's maintaining boundaries or respect and argue like we're protecting something. But a lot of times what we're protecting is our ego. The need to win is insecurity disguised as confidence. A man who is truly steady, grounded, secure, doesn't need to dominate every conversation. He's comfortable saying, I never thought about it like that, or you may be right, or the big one, I'm sorry. It's when a man is afraid of being wrong, exposed, that's when every disagreement turns into something he feels like he has to win, to prove that he's not a failure. But when we fight just to be right, we lose something greater. We lose trust. We lose closeness. I've been there in my own marriage, on the edge of breaking, where the only thing that was growing between us was distance. And the book of James showed me why I wasn't quick to listen. I wasn't slow to speak. I wasn't slow to anger. I wasn't safe. James goes on to say that human anger cannot produce the righteousness of God. So there is a difference between being right and being righteous. We have to honestly ask ourselves, which one are we fighting for? If fear and anger are fueling your desire to win every battle, you are training the people around you to stop being honest with you. This doesn't mean you never speak up. It doesn't mean that you just pretend that everything's okay. It's not pretending that you don't have a perspective or suppressing your feelings and becoming a doormat. Scripture says, be quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to anger. It doesn't say you will never get angry. It tells you to slow down and control. And it doesn't tell you to never speak. It tells you to slow down, control your tongue. If your anger is causing you to withdraw and distance yourself and not communicate at all, that's just as dangerous as losing your temper. Every relationship will have moments of anger. It's what you do when you're angry that makes the difference. Control yourself, seek understanding, seek reconciliation. Try to understand your spouse's heart before you try to be understood. But it takes both. That is communication. If you're just trying to prove your point, you're missing the point, because eventually you will lose trust and you can't argue yourself back into closeness. I have been there. Hear me, my friend. A man who has to win every argument is already losing